Platinum versus Diamond. Sheppard, loves Sheppard. He likes playing Mech a lot. We'll see if he does in this game. Big map, Deadwing up against Palef, or Zerg, Platinum League player. We'll see. See how this goes here. I'm excited, one way or the other. Let's get the name, let's get that production. They are, well, they're cross spawn, so it's not going to be as ridiculous as it has been. Up here in the top left, we do have ourselves Sheppard, which I haven't cast in a long time. He's been out to a lot of tournaments, though. Love watching him play. They've got that swooshy, swipey logo. And down here, in the bottom left, Team TNI. That's an okay logo. Not too mad about that. Playing as our Zerg player. Now this isn't terrible necessarily for a Zerg player. Cross spawns is a little bit better, but if you're going up and down on this map, parade pushing just seems very, very possible when you guys are actually playing, you know, Terran versus Zerg. You get a little bit of advantage, just start rallying, and you get that long stream of units that just move across the map. Very fast scout going out right now from our Zerg player. Looks like he's going to be scouting in the right direction, I believe, which is never a problem. In a map like this, you might catch them going CC first. You may be able to jump in there and screw it up, make them feel a little unhappy about themselves. But it doesn't look like that'll be the case. It will just be for a barracks. Probably going for a Reaper, just to be able to see and do some scouting. Probably to his advantage, so he doesn't have to run into this drone being a jerk. Probably come up here and be a jerk anyways. It's what I like to do. We'll come in, check, see the gas, so he knows what kind of opening he's going up against here. So we'll see if he throws down a spawning pool first or not. Is he? Oh, okay, good. I thought he was going to rally down here and throw down a hatch. That would have been pretty sweet, too. I always think it's worthwhile just to poke at the SCV if you're going to be in here doing that. It just makes people feel a little uneasy. Okay. It's up to you. If she's having fun, you can leave her outside. Just talking about the dog. Dog is outside there, so we wanted to make sure that she's going to be looked after as I'm buckling down for a large portion of casting. It will be an expand before pool, which I say I'm not going to be too upset about. The Reapers shouldn't be able to get too much damage off. I like getting that pool out nice and fast just to make sure I've got queens to keep myself protected. But having that creep spread of another hatchery is pretty nice as well. Full wall off finished here. I'm totally just expecting there to be a command center getting thrown down pretty fast by Sheppard. Might as well. Now we're just waiting to see what kind of strategy both these players use. I wouldn't mind me seeing a nice long drawn out Swarm Host Mech kind of game. I know a lot of people out there aren't as happy about Swarm Host and meching kind of games, but I like that kind of style. It's rare, it taxes you in a different way than just playing a normal macro, let's just kill them at their 15-minute mark kind of game. Is he going to expand on the high ground? Yes, he is, which I don't mind. It doesn't take that much to run your command center over here, so you might as well just leave it in position. If you do get rushed by a bunch of Zerglings, you know you're not going to get schooled. Fairly aggressive opening here. Only just got the one Reaper out. If there were some Lings moving across the map, they might be a little bit of a bugger. Where'd that Reaper go? 0 kills on him right now. Gets the one. And there is a spine being made right now. See, that's why I like having out that pool really fast to get that queen. Somebody with really good Reaper control, they can just mess with you for a while, right? I mean, that just sucks. And you feel really bad if a Reaper kills off a couple of your things. Or you just kind of sit there, you're like, I don't really know. I feel really sad. I shouldn't have lost something, but I did. Reaper does get pushed out. Queens are done. But I don't know if he's wants this spine crawler here. I think he's forgotten about it. Is that a mistake? I guess not. Maybe he's worried about Mass Reaper. Quite popular in a map like this where you can still jump into the main, get a lot of damage. But as we can see back over here, that's not the case. Second gas going down, and we've got our Hellions coming out. Wouldn't even be surprised to see another command center get made soon. Like, just go straight up 3cc. Reaper is seeing that there is no third hatch going down. He's going to be there to protect it. Queen's hitting those injects. How many workers did he lose in all this? He only lost the one. I mean, it's not terrible. He did build a spine crawler randomly. We'll see if that works out. I mean, if you put the spine crawler at the front, that might be good because that'll help deal with the Hellions and the Hellbats. For right now, inside of the main, a little strange. Maybe he dies from drops. I don't know. Palef, I've never cast any of his games. Everybody's got their own little things that they're afraid of and that they will work very hard to try to deal with, of course. Going to move that creep now. I think it's very important to start some active creep tumors pretty fast and connect these bases. We do have the third hatch going down. We have a good chunk of Hellions already finished. There is the mech. Factories are in place. Another command center is done. If we look at the units tab, the Zerg player's got a pretty good pile of economy right now. 7 more drones about to pop. Speed just started now. So even though he's in Platinum League, Palef is playing this very patiently. He's not, doesn't look like he's afraid, not overcompensating on anything. The problem is there's no, oh there's, wow, 3 spine crawlers. This is gonna get ugly. Drones are just kind of running around everywhere right now. He's gonna lose so many units. That's a little unfortunate. Do I want to see? Lost another 7 workers. And that's kind of why this spine crawler up here doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Yes, obviously it looks like he's afraid of drops. He's already got a creep tumor started in his main. But that's why you want more queens. Maybe a spine at the front. That one spine at the front is such a... Even just the thought of it just makes Hellions kind of bounce away. It does so much damage to Hellions and Reapers. But these guys really pay for themselves. He lost like 1 Hellion for the price of something like 7 or 8 more drones. Lots of mines at the front. Obviously wants to protect himself against a roach all in. If you see a bunch of spines going down like this, it's not very likely you're going to see a big roach follow-up. That's just my way of reading that. You've already invested in some defense at home, so you don't really want to spend more on roaches that you don't think you're going to be able to use. Double armies going down. 3rd command center. Sheppard's just playing this out nice, normal, patiently. Already got tanks on the way. And a good chunk of Widow Mines. I wouldn't mind seeing Widow Mine speed, burrow speed being made, and then going for a Widow Mine drop. Very trendy right now in the pro scene, the Widow Mine drops. And also when you do this, just as a bit of a tip from my side of things, when I play this kind of style of Terran, is put these Widow Mines in different positions. I put them in a choke, put them outside the watchtower vision, put one over on one side, maybe see if we can sneak one to the front of the base. Like, they'll almost always hit something, no matter what, when you're playing against a Zerg player. So if you put them out on the map in some different spots, you get that opportunity to be a little bit more effective. These spine crawlers should be repositioned to the front. They're not going to do too much good in the back here. Spores going down. Just protect himself. A Banshee follow-up probably would have done a lot of damage. Scan sees the layer timing. It's a long ways away, plus the double upgrades. He doesn't know what it's upgrading. But until this layer's done, he doesn't know if it's going to be a Spire coming, if it's going to be an Infestation Pit. But with the melee upgrades happening right now, I don't think our Zerg player is aware he's going against Mech. If we look at his vision, he hasn't really seen anything yet. So I don't think he knows he's going up against Mech. This creep is awesome, but he's got no units. He's got a Baneling nest coming down and Zerglings when he's going up against a Mech army with Hellbats, soon to be 1-1. Fourth hatch going down. He needs to scout this soon, though. Like, sack some Lings or something just to see. You want to figure out that this is Mech. He's got to switch into Roaches. Maybe even go mass muta. But you got to do something else, because Ling Bane does not work against Mech. I've watched people many a time get just trounced going up with Ling Bane against the Meching Terran. 32 Lings on the way. Overlord speed. 1-1 is going to finish up soon. You might be able to get good Baneling connects on something like a stack of Hellbats or something of that nature. But you never know for sure, right? So many Lings. Baneling speed. Spire. Our Terran player is in no rush here. Getting all of his bases saturated up. If we look at the economies, Terran player is even slightly ahead right now. The Zerg player with this hatch should drone up another good run or two. Get up to somewhere around 80. Infestation Pit is going down with 2-2. I still think that's for him thinking he's going against Bio. Because if he goes out there, there's no blue flame I don't think for these yet, which is a bit of a mistake. He should be getting both of these upgrades as a meching player. $16 more drones, that's the number that I want. Get down here, get this nice and saturated up. The Terran player is probably going to wait until maybe 160 supply at least, I would think, before he pushes out. Sensor tower in a good spot. He's going to run around and look for more bases. But there's going to be nothing there in position right now. You're moving into some air right now. That's kind of what you got to do with Mech as it gets a bit later. You got to start working on that air dominance, extra command centers, so you've got all those minerals to spend. And now we've got our hive on the way as well. So mostly likely that's just for his 3-3. Big pile of mutas being made at the moment. And with this, you know, +1 Mech army, 2-2 on the way, all the Widow Mines, missile turrets in position. I think he's up for a very rude awakening when he finally gets across the map and sees this. I'm loving the creep spread though. He can be moving this a little bit faster. This creep spread is going to be very important for him when he wants to try and hold off this Mech. 10 overlords being made, very supply blocked for the moment. Lots of command centers going down. More missile turrets in position. He's playing Mech like I play Mech. He's actually going to put these into Hellion mode. Got that blue flame start. He's going to go around and look for some opportunities. That amount of Hellions with some blue flame would just carve through this army. And once again, him not realizing he's going against Mech, unless this is how he plays against Mech. That is a possibility. It's just not a likely possibility. Hellions are going to get kind of run into here. Actually a full surround just about. Pretty good control. Looks up all the Hellions. Good chunk of mutas. +1 is on the way. Sheppard is not really getting up a lot of supply really fast here. He's on, I think, just the 4 factories. But he's not spending, well, he's spending all of his money amazingly. Maybe he's not making it fast enough. Big bank of minerals right now for a Zerg player. Does have 4 of his extractors down on all of his bases. Maybe it's time to start thinking about another base as well. Start expanding away from the Terran. A lot of mutas. He could be going the mass muta style. Very difficult though. You don't know if it's going to work out. Sensor towers are everywhere. They'll let it know what's going down. More command centers. If I could see some spores maybe at this base here, just because this is one of the most open ones for a drop or from Hellbats or something like that. And as in Sheppard's position, a little, I'm not going to say concerned, but I would have liked to have seen him use some Hellbat drops. Ugh. Get that sensor tower. Actually, that's a nice pick off on the Raven. Oh, big shots from the Thors. I think these mutas are toast. I don't think he can actually do anything about this now. He's just going to lose them. I don't think he's got a choice in the matter. Well, he might actually get out only losing a couple here. He's got 5 left of that original, like, 18 flock muta. Well, what can you do? Still going to Banelings 3-3. At least if he got down an Ultralisk Cavern, maybe. Like, maybe. But at this point, if he had Swarm Host and he was sieging, at least he'd be, you know, putting the Terran at a little bit of a discomfort. Right now, the Terran player's getting up. He's getting high sec on the way right now. More command centers, extra missile turrets. I don't know what the plan is for the Zerg player here. Adrenal glands. Like, maybe this is going to work. Like, maybe I'm just totally going to eat all of my words here, and this is just going to work. I'd lose my shit if somehow he just crushes through this with mass Baneling, Ling. Well upgraded, you know, don't get me wrong. Taking more bases, he's going to need to. Sheppard's still taking a long time to get maxed out here. We're already at the 18-minute mark, and he hasn't been able to max out on his mech. Very surprising for me. 4 bases down. 4, well, I guess he's going into mass air. He wanted to save some supply for that. Battle cruisers are also very trendy right now in this kind of late game TVZ. These mutas are probably going to run into some Widow Mines and die horribly. Run away! Oh man, he lost so many mutas. He's got 2 left. It's time to give up on the mutas. He's got 20 supply opening. Let's see what he spends it on here, but I don't know. He can't bust that. He can have all the Banelings in the world. He's not going to bust that. I'm 8,000 minerals in the bank. Why not? That's hilarious. Now you see he's doing everything else right. He's getting more bases down. He's got all of his upgrades going. More mutas. I just don't think it's going to work against these mass air, particularly with mass ravens. Those Hellions are having second thoughts, I think. Blue Flame is going to carve some of these things out though. Creep spread's very nice. I'm very happy with the creep spread. 84 more lings. Like this must be how he beats Mech. And I've never seen it before. And this is what I'm talking about with the spore crawlers once again. These ravens should be able to come in here and actually drop a lot of missile turrets down. Well, Sheppard's maxed now. I guess it's time to start moving. A little strange on the mutas there. At least run them over the army and like let the splash happen. Okay. We're gonna see how this works here. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. This tank's gonna siege up. This could just... I'm just confused, people. Just confused. At some point he's gonna have to push here. Like, he can't just let the Terran get right on top of his bases. Nice Seeker missile. Thor's getting off some nice volleys on the mutas there. Very softened up. I'll be dropping some auto turrets in the front. Auto turrets are a great way to soak up some banelings. Get in the way. They take priority for a lot of attacking units. So that's something that I like to do when I'm kind of pushing with Terran Mech. You've got a lot of ravens. Terran's now starting to bank a lot. These gases, he's, like, economy-wise, he's doing a lot of things right. Some spores down here would really help him out a lot, I think. He's got nothing to be able to deal with this air army. Is he gonna try and mush this? This could turn out really bad. Tanks, planetaries, and he's got down some widow mines. Well, he got the command center to burn, I suppose. That's something. Okay, well, it's kind of working. There's the swarm hosts on the way. Magic box. Oh, I don't think it's going to work. There's too many air units here. He has to get that Thor at the cost of like 20 mutas. I mean, that's something. There's a swarm host now. Let's see if he can get these down in position. See if Sheppard gives him the time. He's going to have to start using them now. These ravens don't have enough energy for... Well, they got some Seeker missiles in them. No, attack! Attack! This is when you want to use these lings in conjunction with the locusts to get on top of the army. So you got another base down here. Sheppard's in a pretty solid spot. It's the gas right now that's a problem on this side. I'd be looking to transfer a bunch of these workers. Very oversaturated. I mean, he's in the middle of the game, so it's tough to really think about that. Transfer the workers over, get down some more gas, get some some spore crawlers down in the front. You need that anti-air with somebody that's starting to play this kind of mass Mech air army. Now, we're kind of just in a weird stalemate spot, still making mutas, and I'm very surprised. They have not paid off at all. He's got no value out of his mutas this game. Blue Flame is good. I wouldn't mind even some Banshees mixed in with this. Might be a good way to be able to come in here and start picking off some of these creep tumors. Obviously nothing's challenging him in the air. He's finally got his Enduring Locusts finished, but he doesn't really have that many swarm hosts. Now come down the auto turret walls. So again, no spores and spines in any of these bases. That's where you really want to have some of these extra units in place. It's not enough mutas to fight this. He's just going to throw away a lot of more expensive units. And yeah, he's got a big mineral bank, but his gas bank is not. And this will all get cleaned up. Auto turrets are awesome. I mean, look at that. 2 armor on there. I mean, they're not going to go down very easy. Locusts aren't shooting in the right direction. 9 more swarm hosts on the way. Terran's just walking into this base. Air Army is going to clean up pretty much everything on this side. Lings get on top of everything here, but not with the Swarm Host Locust, unfortunately. He's rallying him in the wrong position right now. He's got 9 more about to pop. But he's got no control over the skies. He's got a couple of spores in this space to at least help out a little bit potentially. This is a very difficult spot to be in as a Zerg player. You just feel like you're getting smothered. You're just kind of drowning in Terran units. Spores, finally getting in a little bit of work here. Once again, that's why having a lot of spores if you're going to gain some mech player is a very, very important thing. Seeker missiles going down. Picks off a handful there. Big pile of tanks rolling in. And yeah, that's a little sad. Too bad, Palef. He actually played a really smart game. I think if he was going up against a Bio-Terran, he would have done very good. But because it was a Mech Terran, not as easy, you know? When you're going against Mech, you need to use specific strategies. Mutas didn't work. Zergling, Baneling didn't work. What you want is Corruptors, Anti-Air, lots of Swarm Hosts. And there's the GG.